boys and girls. Marvelous Monday. Did you know that today's pajama day? That's why I'm wearing my PJs. Are you wearing yours? I hope so. Pajamas are pretty darn comfortable. Anyways, boys and girls, last week we did a little bit of science and a little bit of social studies. This week, though, we're going to focus on social studies. Specifically, we're going to be learning about economics. Today our topic is goods and services. But before we start talking about goods and services, we have to remember a topic we learned a while ago: needs and wants. Do you guys remember what needs and wants are? I'm going to give you a little bit of time to see if you can remember. Were you able to remember? If not, that's okay. I'm going to explain it to you. This poster does a great job of describing what wants and needs are. At the top it says, we use the words want and need all the time. Do you know what they mean? What's the difference? I know we all use those words want and need all the time. Things like, I want a puppy, I want ice cream, or I need something to eat, or I need a drink of water. So on the left side, the boy says, a want is something you can live without. It is nice to have, it makes you happy. So those examples I used earlier, like ice cream and puppies, those are things that you want and that are nice to have, but we could live without. On the right, the girl says, a need is something you cannot live without. You must have it to stay alive and well. And like my earlier examples, I needed a drink of water and I needed something to eat. Both of those things are things that I need to survive. Below, there are some more examples of wants and needs. Can you think of any yourself? Now that we've heard about needs and wants, it's time to move on to learning about goods and services. And the way we're going to do that is start by learning one at a time. The first thing we're going to talk about are goods. So let's talk about goods. At the top, the girl gives us a definition. She says, remember, a good is something that is grown or made. So a good is a thing or an object that someone has grown themselves or also has made themselves. Below the girl, there's a boy and a girl that say, someone grew this food, so it is a good. What other goods do you like to eat? A good that's grown that I like to eat are strawberries. I really love to eat them in the summer. I also like broccoli, which is a good that has been grown. To the right of those children, there's another pair of children that says, someone made these crayons, so they are a good. What other goods are in your desk? I know at school, in my desk, I have glue sticks, pens, and markers. All of those items are things that somebody has made and that I purchased, so those are also goods. At the bottom it says, look around. Do you have these goods in your classroom? And on the chalkboard there's a list: computer, tables and chairs, backpacks, television, books, snacks and lunches. So those are some classroom goods. What goods can you think of that are in your house right now? If I look around my house right now, I notice that I have a mug, which is something that I've purchased that someone made. Some other goods I have are this book and also a candle. It smells good. What kind of goods can you see around you? Do you see books, a television, games, video games? Any kind of things like those are goods. They're things that people have made to sell to you. Now that we've talked about goods a little bit, we're going to talk more about services. Let's talk about services. At the top, there's a girl that says, remember, a service is work that someone does for others. For example, I am a teacher. I provide the service of teaching children. So a service is an action that someone is doing for you. The next one says, I am a mechanic. I provide the service of fixing your car. And the girl with the dog says, I am a pet sitter. I provide the service of taking care of your pet when you are out of town. So all of these people are providing you a service by doing an action that helps you. At the bottom, there are 5 other people. Do you know what service these people provide? Take a minute to see if you can figure it out. The first person at the bottom looks to me like they're a police officer. The service that he provides to us is keeping us safe in our communities. Next to the police officer is a garbage man. The service that he provides is taking away our garbage from our houses. The next person is a crossing guard. And kind of like a police officer, the service she provides is keeping us safe and allowing us to cross the street. Next to the crossing guard is a veterinarian. The service that a veterinarian provides is taking care of our animals when they're sick and making sure to keep them healthy. And the last person on the page is a doctor. And the service that a doctor provides is taking care of us and making sure we stay safe and healthy and giving us medicine if we're not. Did you get all of those right? I bet you did. Good job! Okay, boys and girls, now that we've learned about goods and services, we're going to do a little practice together to see if we can identify whether something is a good or whether something is a service. Okay, so I am a farmer and I will drive you around for a hayride. Is that a good or a service? The farmer driving you around on a hayride is a service. The farmer's performing an action, so it is called a service. All right, let's try another one. I am a baker and I sell yummy cakes. Is that a good or is that a service? The cakes that the baker sells are good. Now the cakes are something that the baker makes and sells to you, and that's why they're considered a good. Okay, let's keep going. I am a hairstylist. I will wash and cut your hair. Is that a good or is that a service? The hairstylist cutting and washing your hair is a service. Because it's something that the hairstylist is doing for you, we call it a service. Okay, 2 more. I am a dentist. I check your teeth and help them stay clean. Is that a good or is that a service? The dentist checking your teeth is a service. Again, because it's something that the dentist is doing for you, it's an action, so we call it a service. Okay, last one, I promise. I am a farmer. I have grown apples and I have them for sale. Is that a good or a service? The apples that the farmer has for sale are a good. Because remember, a good is something that is made or grown and sold. So it's like an object or a thing. So those apples are goods. How'd you do? I bet great. All right, boys and girls, now that we've got a little bit of practice, you have an assignment on goods and services. So watch the video that's going to come next for instructions on how to complete it. To start your work, you're going to start on the Student Links page. And on Student Links, you'll click Google Classroom, which should open up in a new tab and look something like this. Then, you're going to click on your teacher's name, whether it's Mrs. Kuhn, Mrs. Rice, Mrs. Pels, or Mrs. Thurber, to enter their Google Classroom, which should look something like this. Once you've gotten inside your teacher's Google Classroom, you're going to go to the top and click the word Classwork. Once you've opened the page of Classwork, there should be a document that says Goods and Services, and that's where you'll click. Then you'll click again on the Google Slides Goods and Services, which again will open in a new tab, and now it's going to show you your assignment. The first page says Goods and Services and is a little refresher from what we talked about. A good is something that was grown or made. Goods are things, and there are some examples at the bottom. A service is work that someone does for others. Services are actions, and again, more examples at the bottom. To complete the assignment, we'll start with the Goods page. This one says a good is something that is grown or made. So what we're going to do is look here. It says this is a blank, this good was grown. So we need to think of a good that was grown. I think I'll type strawberry because I know that those are grown. And now I need to change the picture to match the word that I just typed. So I'll click on the picture, and then at the top, click on the words that say Replace Image. Then I'm going to click the magnifying glass that says Search the Web. This box will open up where you can type in the image you're searching for. I'm searching for a strawberry. Now, when you find the image you like, you simply click on it, and at the bottom, click on the blue bar that says Replace, and it will automatically put your picture into the Google Slides. You're going to do the same thing on the other box, but this time with a good that was made instead of grown. The next activity is about services. On this page, the first thing you'll need to do is click the image to replace it, because we're going to replace it with an image of somebody who provides a service. So again, click Replace Image and then click Search the Web. Now I'm going to search for a mechanic because I know that they provide a service. When I see an image that I'd like to choose, again, you just click, and at the bottom where it says Replace, click on that as well. Now that I have my picture, I should answer the questions at the bottom. The first question says, who is this a picture of? So I'm going to type a mechanic. The next question says, what service does the person provide? So I'm going to answer that by saying they fix cars. The last page of our assignment says, is it a good or a service? So there are 10 sentences that you'll have to decide whether the underlined word is a good or a service. We'll do the first one together. I have to go to the doctor today for a checkup. A checkup isn't something that is made or grown, so I think that checkup must be a service. So I'm going to click on the oval, and then I'm going to drag the oval to circle the word service to show that that's my answer. After you've completed all 10 sentences, at the bottom of the page, there's areas to type for more goods that you can think of and also more services that you can think of.